Alright, welcome in to this review of my arena qualifier matches. Starting off with day 1, round 1 here. I'm playing red-green, red-black. Red-black, Berkey, Traveler, Trapfinder combo. I'm posting a deck tech. I mean, I think I will at this point. This is a very spontaneous decision to even rip up this video. At this point, this is after day 1. I have had COVID for like, 1.5 weeks at this point. Hopefully I don't get any like bad coughs during this recording. And I think I will record a deck tech video on the deck. Hopefully. If I don't, you're just gonna see it play out. It's a beautiful historic deck that my teammates worked on, specifically Tristan Latheroux, and yeah, let's see how it plays out today. Alright, so can't keep a no-lander. This alt tap thing, I hope that it goes away. Yeah, just go away. Alright, this hand is not great for sure. Not by a long shot, but I decided to keep it because like Fatal Push goes a long way. And actually, I think maybe I'm supposed to put the Traveler back. Usually, like, neither Traveler nor Berkey is that good to just draw. Berkey is usually a little bit better. Like, you can play out the first one, then if it gets killed, like, you still have a backup. And you kind of want all your Travelers in your deck, so there's bigger chance that the Trapfinder hits the Traveler. So actually, I think I should do that. But on the other hand, Traveler plus Berkey can constitute a game plan. Traveler can be a sack outlet, but I do already have claimed the Firstborn here. So maybe I don't really need that. I will also say that I have not reviewed the videos myself, since this is all very, well, very recent anyway. Oh, but I wonder if I can speed it up. Yes, let's put it at 1.5. Nice. Alright, we're playing against turn 1 Soul Warden here, which is like something you usually face when, Turn 1 Soul Warden is something you usually face in like, the early parts of ladder. Like, I was about to say like a bronze ladder deck. I mean, it's probably like a little bit better than that, but we usually don't see many Soul Wardens these days. But this is round 1 of the PTQ, so definitely someone like who had to qualify for this event, right? So they probably at least know what they're doing. Question is if I know what I'm doing. Am I going Falsies or Fatal Push here? And I think what I really want to do is actually just give them... I know that I'm never thought seizing their 2-drop here because I have Fatal Push trying to it anyway. I really want to hit Heliod or Company. And they are indeed playing the Heliod version, not just like Mono White Soul Sisters. And since I have Fatal Push trying to their 2-drop anyway, I'm gonna elect to do it this way. But it didn't play nothing, so I just go ahead and kill the Soul Warden. It's pretty important for me to get rid of anyway because it kind of disrupts my combo. And they have a hand that is like just super bad. Kept Soul Warden, Scurry Oak, and 5 lands. But you draw a Heliod here, so that's an incredible draw. That's exactly where you want your Heliod. A second card from the top there, and top deck's an Innkeeper. Okay, I mean that it could be worse. Now, like we're just dead to a Scurry Oak from the top, and we don't have a sack outlet. Let's claim the Firstborn. We don't have a Trapfinder. We don't really have anything going on here. So I'm just gonna have to like go fair here. Just try and go for like Berkey plus Traveler as God intended, playing them out the way they're meant to, and see if I can like stable together some sort of offense here. And hitting hitting the zombie package of the Omnus Traveler is pretty good. Like the Traveler has like 15 cards in his spellbook, and a lot of them are like pretty medium. But basically all the zombies are like quite playable. So if you go for the fair Traveler plan, like getting just a bunch of zombies is kind of nice. You can also get a bunch of vampires. The vampires are not bad either. But ideally you would want to hit a bunch of like the same creature type. And yeah, that's what I managed to do here. So yeah, we're just gonna like, I mean, I built a little bit of a board and it's like for free. And like at least my opponent is not really doing much. So hopefully this is good enough. But I am still sweating it here. Okay, Lunar Veteran, that's fine. I mean, it's gonna make a lot of that something's really good at this point. Like, but against Scurry Oak is super lethal. Alright, so I draw Echoing Return here. Kind of a nice card in the deck for like when you've sacrificed your Trapfinders and you find multiple Trapfinders, you can bring them all back. or like to grind against stuff like red-black, but here it does absolutely nothing. So my hand is just kind of a brick at this point. Luckily my opponent's hand is a brick too, and I can at least go for more zombies here. Second champion of the parish is pretty lucky, I will admit. Now this is like definitely starting to look like an offense here. So you're gonna play out, just keep playing the Traveler here, and try and make something happen. I could definitely see that I end up using this Claim the Firstborn to attack for lethal, which would be pretty funny. Alright, so there is a zombie. There was other 3 mana options there. So I'm just gonna grab the zombie. I can't cast it right now, but I can play a second Traveler. Hopefully it's something good. Alright, I mean that's a 1-drop, so I can just play that right now. I don't really need to go for another zombie. I don't really have the mana for that next turn anyway. Unless I draw land, I guess. With Bergie I have enough mana. So might as well just like add an extra 2/1 to the board here. And I'm also, right now I'm thinking about my attacks. I'm thinking about like if there's any, like, using my claim right now does anything, but it does not really. I think I'm pretty happy if my opponent double blocks Bergie here. And also if they double block my Blade-Stitch Scarf, like it gets to kill the Innkeeper, I think that's pretty important. So opponent just takes the 9 damage here, and it's worth noting that with Bergie, the mana does not empty, like the mana from Bergie does not empty out as you go into combat. That's because she's designed that way to work better with Boast, that mechanic. She doesn't enable you to Boast twice. That doesn't really come up ever, because like, yeah, nobody plays Boast in that. Okay, well, we kind of dodged another draw step here. I mean, you know, the Veteran is certainly scary, but like, our board is really scary too. We are pretty close to having lethal here. Like, if it's still the Innkeeper here, and my opponent, let's see, let's do some math here. I mean, I'm probably also going to do some math like in the game, so I'm going to make sure to start the video again, but if I steal the Innkeeper here, right, my opponent like has to chump block my 2 4-power things. I have 3, 5, 7, 10 damage. So it's not quite enough. I can play the Arc Ghoul too, which like gives plus 1 more damage here. So that is actually 11, but my opponent can give lifelink to these 2. So right now that wouldn't necessarily like kill my opponent. They will have to like block with 2 veterans, but I still am dead to a Scurry Ogre off the top because they are going to get their Innkeeper back. Still don't have a sack outlet. So I think I'm going to try and look for something. If I find the Dominating Vampire, I can actually attack for lethal, I think, because that removes another blocker. So I'm going to try and look for that. Maybe I can find it. Another 1-drop actually gives me enough mana to still hit the Dominating Vampire. Exactly. If you map that, that's what I'm mapping out right now. It's like thinking about, okay, well, am I playing this champion? Can I still hit the thing I want to hit? There's also just a lot of merit in like just playing out the Traveler pre-combat there. So if I play out my Arc Ghoul, I have to return the other Traveler to hand, which actually removes a point of damage anyway. So that's important to note that that's not a May effect. But yeah, I mean, like the fair game plan here. I mean, my opponent has not really done much. Luckily, the Thoughtseize disrupted him enough. Oh, and there's the Dominating Vampire. And yeah, by just like team of like random zombies and vampires are just gonna pull it together here. And with a Claim the Firstborn, also just play just as the card was intended, right? Like steal something just to attack for, just getting a good attack. But that definitely works here. And even though my opponent can give lifelink now, they're not gonna be able to survive this attack. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think it was like a turn 6 kill. Right? I think. Yeah, I think this is turn 6. So, yeah, my opponent has 6 lands and player 1 to play. So, yeah, pretty cool. That's that is also why you can win the game with this deck. So, here's the deck list in all its glory. Not playing much against the Heliod deck, but I know I want to be able to, like, interact with them. So, just, like, have as much removal as possible. The main thing is like finding ways to interact with Heliod is kind of nice. One of my biggest questions here were like if Kolaghan's Command were gonna be good. Also like I think it's worth like not having too many sorcery speed removal spells. Like Fatal Push is gonna be like one of my most important things, especially like if I can also draw Deadly Dispute so that I have Revolt enabled. My opponent's turn just like leaving up that treasure every time. It's pretty good. Here I think I'm checking Discord or something, just to see if like we have a sideboard guide written down, but we do not. Ended up cutting one Vinatrite. I'm boarding in Shattering Finale and Grizzly Sigil. Cards you probably have to look up. But it basically like casualty cards that are removal spells. So you sacrifice, like, I did steal one of their things and then like cast your casualty spell, kill 2 other things. Or you can just sacrifice your Trapfinder. And I mean, ideally, I would not be silent doing any of these periods. Probably just waiting for the opponent to figure out if they want to play first, and indeed they do. All right, this hand is excellent. We got like some pieces of interaction. We got the Claim the Firstborn plus Dead Dispute, and we got Trapfinder. Trapfinder is like the most important card for you to have in your opening hand. So drawing on Traveler, that's a card you never want to draw. But I mean, it worked last game, right? You could just like Traveler was enough by itself. So. Anyway, I'm gonna lead off with the Thulties here. It's pretty close though, like maybe I'm actually supposed to like lead off with a push, but I'm gonna take a Thulties here, or I'll take the Collect the Company, and they do draw an untapped land so they can cast Innkeeper, otherwise they weren't really able to with their Castle Ardenvale plus Sunpillar Grove hand. Alright, well, drawing another Traveler, that's really bad. Now I think I just have to like try and play a little bit fair here. I have to hope to draw land soon, or maybe I have to like cash in my Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Traveler. One thing I'm hoping here is that they'll like, just spend their Portable Hole on the Traveler. Really happy that I did not play out a turn 1 Traveler actually. That's also an option, right? Like I could like turn 1 here, I could have like played Thoughtseize, I could have played Fatal Push, or I could have played Goblin Trapfinder. But one of the reasons I didn't play Trapfinder is that, like, I know the Heliod deck. I mean, I played it myself in one of my set championships just a year ago, and I know they play Portable Hole in the sideboard. And if my opponent just Portable Holes my Trapfinder, like, that's not a good look for me. Even though Trapfinder into Deadly Dispute is like one of the best like 1-2 punches. So I was gonna try and hold it here, and now I hope they're gonna use their Portable Hole on my Traveler so that it's out of the way. But they can also just like, they can play Innkeeper and they can play out the Voice, so I definitely like need to kill that as well. Hopefully I draw a land so I can like claim the Firstborn plus Deadly Dispute. Otherwise, like if they're gonna use Portable Hole here, which looks like they are, yeah, I'm not gonna have anything to sacrifice to Dispute. Usually you don't really need to want to kill Traveler. Wow, okay, drawing a third Traveler here, like that is not a good look. They're just like, now my Goblin Trapfinder is like, what, 1 in 8 to hit a Traveler, right? There's only 1 Traveler left in my deck. There's no way for me to put Travelers back into my deck. It's just stuck like this. So, what do I do? Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to like recalibrate my game plan. It's probably gonna be a natural Omnus Traveler kill, just like last time. But I also don't have lands, which I did last time. I had lands and Bergie, so I had enough mana to like make that work. I don't have that right now. So the only like priority right now is to like make sure I can kill stuff. Issue is that the game is gonna go pretty long. I know the Heliod deck can top deck pretty well, especially like with the Castle Ardenvale and so on. I can't answer Heliod, so I am in a lot of trouble here. The main thing is like trying to see if I can set up a Deadly Dispute somehow. I think here I probably just have to double spell here, like play Trapfinder and Fatal Push their Voice of the Blessed. And then I can like use my Deadly Dispute next turn to like try and get some card flow going, try and hit some land drops, and that's what my game plan is gonna be here. It's kind of sad, like when you have Claim the Firstborn in hand. There's always this tension in this deck with like, you know, are you gonna like use your Sacrifice Outlet with your Claim or with your Trapfinder, but in this case, I do think I need to just do it with the Trapfinder if I don't draw a land, at least. Another thing I could do here is that I could like chump block the Voice of the Blessed, so like that way I get my Trapfinder in the graveyard without having to sacrifice it. So I end up passing the turn here for that reason, so at least have that option. But I'm probably gonna, if they play anything, yeah, Scurry here, I just have to kill the Voice of the Blessed. It's gonna be a 6/6 here, and it's just too much. Hopefully we draw a land here, so we can claim the Firstborn plus Deadly Dispute. Get rid of the Scurry Oak that way. No land. We did draw a Bergie, which, I mean, you know, helps my fair game plan, but like right now I just need to draw. Maybe I can be lucky and hit an Omnus Traveler. Yeah, okay, I did not. That was pretty obvious. So I can hold this Trapfinder as like another sack out, like another thing to enable my sacrifice stuff, but I don't actually have any sack outlets. I drew a Dead Inquisition, so yeah, we're just playing out this Trapfinder here. Again, like, you know, 1 in 7 now to hit my Traveler. Oh, 1 in 6 actually, I drew a Bergie too, right? So 1 in 6 chance that I could like maybe win next turn, which I guess is pretty good odds. So we're just gonna see here what I hit. It's another Trapfinder. Okay. I mean, you know, as long as I keep hitting Trapfinders, they can find my Travelers. But wow, this Voice of the Blessed is is like already huge. I'm at 12 life here, so like this is not good for me. Trying to figure out like what the best way to do this is. I probably have to play out Berkey now. I have to hope to hit an Ominous Traveler off my Trapfinder. I probably won't, most likely. I'll probably hit another Berkey, and then like I get the Horn next turn, and I can try and like look for a kill that way. And I probably also, like, if I play Berkey here, I can play Traveler and the Trapfinder. So that's probably gonna be my game plan, just like develop some blockers that way. The issue is that like if they draw any creature, the Voice of the Blessed is gonna be like an 8/8. So, and since they have a bunch of 1/1s as well, like I'm almost dead just to that. And the Trapfinder is gonna die in that turn, because like that's what the Trapfinder does when it. So I'm gonna attack here, like maybe my opponent blocks, and they do not block, as you shouldn't. Just take the 1 damage and then let the Trapfinder die end of turn, then you have like another turn to hit your thing. So, or you have another turn before I can combo, because I mean getting the 0-cost Traveler in hand at end step does not really do anything. So, yeah, I decided to just play a Vintage Guard instead of an Ominous Traveler here. It's just a better blocker. Can block a 1/1. But I have to hope they break here. I draw another Traveler here. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, at least like it's 1 in 4 now. If oh no, and it's just Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Berkey. I mean, now all my hopes of winning are gone. This is an 8/8. I mean, we have to like block Scurry Oak here, and we go to 1 life. So I don't really think I have it out at this point. I mean, it definitely starts with like some sort of Village Rights or Deadly Dispute to go along with like Claim the Firstborn, like so I can start getting rid of stuff. But like being at 1 life here, it's just too much. There's a second claim. I mean, that was probably part of it, right? I probably needed to kill both Apparition and the Voice, and probably needed to draw something like a Grizzly Sigil. But yeah, that game did not work out well. Missed land drop was pretty rough, and sometimes like, you know, like drawing all the Travelers was not really good, and like having like a bunch of claims and Trapfinders, but only like 1 sack outlet was like not great. So I think I actually bought it out of Village Rights that I just put back in my deck right now. I cut the Call Against command. I wasn't really sure if I needed it, but yeah, I think it's fine. I actually even cut an Inquisition here. I don't think it's really important that I hit that I discard their Collector Company, but too many discard spells can definitely draw dead. Okay, here Triple Traveler again. We do not want that. We just like get rid of that. This hand does have the magic card. That is the Friction Tower, like, the most important card for this deck. I wonder if we should even play 3 copies actually, because it like the way this enables everything. Like, because you saw these last games, right? Sometimes there was a mana shortage that was an issue, and also the thing about like, you know, if I only have like 1 Deadly Dispute and I have a Trapfinder and I claim the Firstborn, like what do I use it on? Well, if you're Friction Tower, you always have that sack outlet, so you claim the Firstborns are just much better whenever you draw a tower. I'm thinking about if I should put back a land here. I think actually I should put back a Deadly Dispute. I don't really have sack outlets here, so glad to see myself do that. And I'm gonna just Thoughtseize here. There is an argument to play Sulfur Springs turn 1. Because if I want to like turn 2, I could claim the Firstborn. But I'm probably not gonna need to do that turn. Or sorry, I'm probably not gonna need to do that already anyway. I have nothing to spend the mana on. At least maybe later I can like put Gigantha in hand or whatnot off the mana. Okay, they have Heliod and Collector Company. Well, I mean, I have to just take the Heliod here, hope to draw another discard spell for the company, or that they don't hit super well off the company. Drawing a Prosper here, okay, that can kind of be a game plan. Sometimes like that's what you do, you just interact a bit and then play Prosper. Alright, well, I'm just gonna get rid of this Voice of the Blessed here. It's kind of nice that I get to spend my mana this turn. So just get that and sacrifice the Deadly Dispute and draw some cards. So yeah, that was a nice sequence here. And now we have a Berkey here. Okay, so the Berkey is really important. The reason why it's important is that Prosper plus Horn, the backside of Berkey, is kind of a combo. When I say kind of a combo, like it's kind of nuts. Especially when you like also have the front side of Bergie in play too. But basically, like Prosper says, you know, end of your turn, you exile a card from your deck, and you can play it until the end of your next turn, right? So, like basically, he just comes into play and draws a card essentially, but it goes into exile. He says whenever you play a card, even includes lands, play a card from exile, you get a treasure token. So the horn is like discard a card from your hand, exile 2 cards, you can play them this turn. Well, a bunch of the spells in this deck cost 1 mana, so when you like hit anything off the horn, you can just cast that for 1 mana, make a treasure, play another thing for 1 mana, make a treasure, and you can just like keep going. And if you have Bergie, like this is a mana engine now, and it's like pretty easy to just like churn through your entire deck with that combo. So, and that also like the Giganta helps a lot with that. It's just a thing you can like pay 3 mana to put in your hands and discard to the horn. Alright, so I hit a Village Rites, that's pretty nice, because even if my opponent hits Skyclave here, I can still draw some cards off Prosper, but yeah, they're not gonna main phase their company, so that means I actually don't have any ways to play this Village Rites here. It's kind of awkward, right, because I don't want to sacrifice my Prosper, I don't really want to sacrifice my Bergie here. I think what I really want to do here is just get the horn into play, and hope I don't die. I mean, I could definitely die here, but you know, my opponent does not really like interact well. They probably cannot remove the horn at all. And usually in creature matchups, like that's the way that you can, like if you just have a bunch of removal spells, that's the way you can like enable a game plan here. But I'm gonna think here, is there like any way that I can use this Village Rites? It is free, right? Because I'm gonna get a treasure, but I just decided to play the horn here. And my opponent responds with the Collective Comedy, which I'm really happy to see, right? Because that means that like maybe I can find a claim the firstborn and like actually use my cards here. So now I'm gonna discard my land. The reason I didn't play the land first is that if I hit a land off the horn, I can play that. I can also discard Bergie here, that's probably fine. Okay, hit 2 more sacrifice spells, that's not good, that's not what I needed. Okay, there is a land here. It's not perfect. It's at 2nd tower, already have 1. Really want to get rid of this Treasure Lara. Oh, I hope I do this right. I'm not supposed to steal that. I'm just supposed to use Fatal Push to kill it. Yeah, let's see if I realize that. Because that's the only thing I can do, right? Because I don't... The way this lines up, like, if you look at it, I only have a colorless mana left over after I claim the firstborn. Because to claim the firstborn is in my hand, so it doesn't trigger Prosper. Don't get a treasure. Right, so I don't have... The only thing I can do to get rid of the Treasure Lara is sacrifice it to tower. Then I have all these black cards I can cast, and they're gonna generate me treasures. But I have nothing to sacrifice, right? I could sacrifice the Horn to my Deadly Dispute. I don't really want to do that. I could sacrifice my Prosper to Village Rite. I don't really want to do that either. So, I'm just left in this awkward position. Also, if I do that, I don't even get a treasure. Just left in this awkward position where like I'm just not wanting to use my cards. And I think in reality, like, what I should just do here is just use my Fatal Push here, just let all these sacrifice effects burn, and then next turn I can like try and go off with the Horn and Prosper. Like at least, you know, my opponent like doesn't really have like a good play here. Yes, I hopefully realize. I mean, the time is running out, and it's pretty rough. I'm just like going through the motions, like what can I do? What can I do? Like sacrifice the tower and like use my mana to like play Deadly Dispute. Like, can I get something going? But yeah, it's just not really like the Prosper and the Horn are just better than 2 random cards. So I have to just leave them in play. So it's kind of awkward. It's not really what I was aiming for. So hoping to hit a land so I could like play that, claim something, and then play Village Rites off here and like draw some extra cards, get a treasure, and then because I draw extra card, I would be able to keep going. But sadly, like the Friction Tower was not the right land to hit to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to pass here. Again, I hope I don't die. They could easily go like a Soul Sister plus a Scurry Oak. But I mean, I just have to hope that doesn't happen. Hit a Bergie off the top. I mean, that's kind of nice for next turn. It's gonna make going off much easier. I have Scurry Oak, okay. But no Soul Sister. Also, like they would have needed to play the Soul Sister first. So, all right, Inquisition is kind of a nice draw because we can just chalk that away. Don't need that. And yeah, I'm gonna play Bergie here. So I get a treasure immediately, and now we're gonna like start the card flow here. Now things are hopefully like working out well for me. Here's a Trapfinder, sure. That's like +1 mana. That's kind of neat. I have the towers to sacrifice it. I mean, I might just be able to win right now. But even if I don't, it's kind of risky to sacrifice it to the tower though, because I really want to use this Claim the Firstborn to hit the Scurry Oak. So I think I should just do that and then put Gigant in hand and discard that to keep going here. So yeah, Claim the Firstborn, probably just stealing the Scurry Oak here. Really want to get that off the board. I mean, I cannot like risk that my opponent draws a Soul Sister. I realize now that like maybe the term Soul Sister is not like everyone doesn't know that. It's a reference to like a very old deck name that had Soul's Attendant and Soul Warden, and the deck was called Soul Sisters because like you had these two like 1-mana life gain cards that have Soul in their name, and yeah, that's why I use the term Soul Sister. Anyway, we put Gigant in hand here, and we can just keep going. Like hopefully, like, we don't have that many ways to sacrifice in our deck anymore because we just like had to like exile 3 of them last turn. But I do have a Fatal Push actually, and since it's going away end of turn, I can just use the push right now. I'm gonna use Daltis first. Daltis is a ritual here. Just see if I can clear the way, and I can actually like Fatal Push my own Trapfinder here. And if I hit the Ominous Traveler, like I can just go off right now after everything that's happened this turn. Alright, and now I definitely want to kill my Trapfinder so it doesn't get Portable Hold. Alright, so that's kind of nice. Let's see what we hit here. Let's see what we hit. It's another Trapfinder. Okay, so I can play that, or I can discard it to Horn. But I think playing it is just fine. My opponent probably can't interact with my Bergie here. And then like next turn I might hit the I might hit the Ominous Traveler. So I can just get a nice attack in here, and Trapfinder dies at a turn, so no targets for Portable Hold. My opponent can... Oh, so I hit the Ominous Traveler off Prosper, not off the Trapfinder. But, okay, I hit another Trapfinder here, so we're good. We have the full combo now. That's not a company. Okay, I was really worried there for a second, but yeah, luckily that's not a company. That was the way we could have died, and now you can see the actual combo in action. Are you ready? I'm gonna put this at 2x speed now. Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make sure that this is muted. This is the moment where I finally started my Spotify. I've just been like listening in silence before. So let's put this at 2x speed. And yeah, let's go. So, yep. You're just gonna enjoy this. Hopefully my opponent just F6s at some point. They're probably reading the card. Like, or I guess they died to it in game 1, but just the fair way. Yeah, excellent hit that you start off with a 1-drop. I mean, I have so much mana right now that it doesn't really matter. I also have, like, you know, an Ominous Traveler I can play for free, essentially, because it's gonna make a treasure. And I have the Horn going with, like, ways to discard. It's just, you know, I have, like, way too much mana here that like, you can't really fizzle. But basically, like, whenever you hit a 1-mana thing, basically, whenever you hit a 2-mana thing, you're even on mana, so you can just go again. And whenever you hit a 1-mana thing, you get +1 mana, which means that then you can afford to play a 3-mana thing. And then eventually, like, you're gonna get these Dominating Vampires that are gonna give haste. So yeah, we're just gonna see this loop play out here. I wish I could like do it in even more speed, but that's not really possible here. Yeah, I guess actually in 2x speed, it's still like it doesn't look great, but yeah, you're gonna get these Dominating Vampires, which like when she comes into play, like you basically active treason a creature. You can active treason your own creature, so you can give haste to your own stuff, and like that's the way you win, by just like giving haste to enough of your own things. So right now I have this Champion of the Parish with haste, and I used a Vampire as well to like clear a blocker here, so we're pretty good here, and that's like another way to gain. Okay, for some reason I just decided to make some mana. It also makes a zombie token. Sure, that's fine. Honestly, we're just gonna let this play out. We're just gonna watch this, sit back and relax, and enjoy the show. I think I actually have lethal right now with the. Yeah, that's what I do. Like while I combo, I try and figure out like, okay, well, how close am I to lethal? And yeah, this was it. You kind of don't want to waste any time possible, and got to win the game. Nice. All right, starting off with a victory here against Heliod. Like that's one of my old favorite decks. But yeah, we did beat it. So check back in for round 2. Let's see like how well this PTQ is gonna go.